Well, how are we? Welcome to episode 2. Things have been really weird the last few days. I last checked in on Thursday. It's now Monday. I was working over the weekend and I was listening to a Chris Williamson podcast, his Christmas one, with a couple of his mates. It was quite good. They touched on how, like, a life hack they've almost seen this year is underestimating how much work you think you can get done. Basically from a morale standpoint. So I'm someone who sits down and thinks I can get double the amount of work done in the time that I set, and it never works, and it always pisses me off. It constantly is just like, because it makes you feel like you're shit. It makes you feel like you're not able to do what you think you can do, even though you sit down and you're like, yeah, I can do all that, easy, piece of piss. But it's just not, it just doesn't work like that. So that's something I've picked up on and I've started implementing since yesterday, and even already I've noticed it feels so much better if you borrow work from tomorrow than if you try and do it all right now. There's a dog here. Up. What are you doing? But yeah, so last night then I sort of planned out the week and purposely backtracked a bit on how much I think I can get done. I've already felt so much more productive, so much faster, and then more motivated borrowing things from tomorrow. It makes you feel better than if you're behind on where you are. But yeah, I've just noticed that's really helped. But today's been brilliant. Had a class gym session first thing. That's something I've implemented into my sort of routine in the last 2 or 3 months. Doing gym first thing in the morning is unbeatable. I've never driven back from the gym at 7:30 and been like, I regretted that. I've also been ice bathing before the gym to get it out of the way, which is quite good. So yeah, my weeks look like up at about 5:30, 5:45, Monday to Friday, ice bath, exercise, whether it's gym or triathlon training. But yeah, since signing a client last week, I was really flat out, really busy, and it just sort of clicked, and I didn't really think about it and appreciate that client signing with me. But I sat down this morning and had a chat with my mum, actually, who is really, really supportive and really good to bounce ideas off and stuff. But I sat down with her and just sort of talked about how I need to be appreciating things like that, even though it's not huge. If I looked back 3 months ago and saw how well I'm doing and sort of how much I'm making now just from what was originally a side hustle or a wee side gig, I'd be over the moon. Whereas I just accepted it and just kept working. And although you need to obviously have goals and keep changing your goals, it's in the last 24 hours it's shown me the importance of really appreciating each little step and really taking a minute and not even a minute, but a lot of time and sitting thinking about, okay, that's really good, appreciating it, living in it, and then taking the next step and the next goal and looking forward. Whereas I was just like, right, okay, next. Right, okay, what's next? But that's not healthy, because you're just in a rut almost. In a rut of course, improving and getting better, but you're not actually appreciating the journey. So yeah, that's just really what I wanted to say today. I'm planning on doing maybe 3 to 4 check-ins a week and then editing and uploading on a Sunday. So that's where we're at the minute. But yeah, happy. Very happy today. Really productive. Really good. Let's fucking go! Okay, so it's now Wednesday. I've had a long day at uni. Things are looking good. Yeah, it's been a busy week in terms of my own content and clients. I've got a shoot day tomorrow, which I'll hopefully bring you along to. Today I didn't really get that much agency work done. I was at uni for 12 to 7 there. I find exercise just like a pure release of all the stress and energy. Usually do 2 or 3 double days a week at the minute. Training for a couple of triathlons in the summer, Belfast Marathon, and then I'm doing the half marathon in Holland as well. Coming up on a month now, so that'll just creep in very quickly, which is good. So yeah, the next 4 to 5 weeks are just going to be grind mode. Got a little bit of agency work done this morning, planning for that shoot and doing some other prep for another client, sending off edits and stuff like that. I was hoping to get up another video of mine tonight, but I'm just going to leave it because I'm going to be under way too much pressure. Just going to leave it for the morning. I've got time then, and I'll upload it tomorrow morning. So that sort of negates my daily posting schedule. But to be honest, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to be able to do a double post in the next few days, so I'll just make up for it there. I'm going to not let it annoy me and not let it stress out and not enjoy this run after what's been a really long day. So that's something I'm starting to get better at. That's something that really would have stressed me out in the past and something I would have really let annoy me. So I'm kind of glad that I can just accept that and, you know, control the controllables now and accept the uncontrollables, which is a lesson that I've learned. Rusty, what the fuck was the dog? Which is a lesson that's been consistently creeping up and coming up in front of me over the last sort of week. I've been reading Ross Edgley's Art of Resilience, and it mentions it a lot. That's one of the main teachings I got from that book, actually. And then it's quite prevalent in my Stoic books and readings as well. Just to, you know, really do anything you can to control what you can control, but what you can't, you have to just, that's all right. That has to be all right. Like, what choice do you have almost? So yeah, that's where we're at. Get some editing done tomorrow, and then a shoot day, and then a bit more client prep for the following week, which is good. Back to uni on Friday, and then yeah, just training all the time as well. So yes, run time tonight is an interval run. Yeah, my first one actually for a very long time. So it's 4 1k efforts. So it'll probably end up being 10 to 11k, maybe 12. So I'm actually looking forward to it. Okay, we're set up. So client shoot done today. I think it went pretty well. That was my first shoot with this new client. They're really keen. I really enjoy working with them. Landscaping company, something quite different for me. Oh, look at that lovely little flat white. Do you see it? Oh, let's go. Oh, that's good. Right, so I got myself a wee snack and a coffee to reward myself. But one thing that I've started to do with every shoot or every meeting is try and analyse the things. Obviously, what did I do well, but also the things I didn't do so well, and then sort of make a note of it and try and improve that then for the next shoot. It seems quite simple, but it's kind of quite difficult at times. Like, you can just be like, okay, it was done, it was grand, but to actually sit down and analyse it, I've found has helped. So just being a lot more confident in yourself, and then when you go to the next shoot, you're a lot more prepared. And even in terms of things being like uncomfortable or awkward for the person who's having to talk in the piece of content, might be feeling a bit nervous. So how are you going to reassure them? How did you reassure them? How could you reassure them more or better? Or how can you just literally improve your service, the way I see it. So then this afternoon I've got some content to prep and plan for 2 weeks time for a separate client. And then edit my own content as well, edit my own daily videos that I'm putting up. I was listening to Alex Hormozi on Modern Wisdom, and he was sort of talking about imposter syndrome and talking about how the only way to not feel like an imposter, like everyone feels like an imposter, but it's not a syndrome, it's just prove to yourself and prove to others that you're not an imposter and you're not going to fucking feel like an imposter. I think he was like, fucking prove you're not and you won't be an imposter. That's how you beat imposter syndrome. So it's an interesting way to look at it, because a lot of people now sort of feel pity upon themselves for having imposter syndrome, but he was basically just switching that completely and was like, yeah, fucking of course you do, so prove to people and learn so that you're not an imposter and become an expert that way. So yeah, different perspective. Good day shooting, coffee, muffin, let's fucking go. Okay, it's just going to be a quick check-in before this goes live. It's now Monday evening. Friday was good, so was Saturday. I was in really good form, and I hadn't been out in a while, and a lot of my mates were going out, and I just sort of thought at the last minute, I was like, oh sure, I'll go out for a few drinks and get the last bus home was my intention from town. And then it just ended up where it just got steaming, and when the drink's in, the wit's out, and it ended up being like a really, really late night, which I don't know how I feel about it. In a way, I'm really, really annoyed at myself, because I said I wasn't really gonna I was sort of in grind mode for the next month. But at the time, I was like, oh, sure, I haven't been out since Christmas. I might as well just enjoy it and then get back into the grind mode. So I don't know. I obviously pretty regretful today and yesterday, feeling rough. But I mean, I'm trying to have the mindset that it's happened. It's in the past. And it's now just time to get back into the rhythm, which I've been doing. I was up at the gym first thing and I've worked all day today. Actually had a shoot day scheduled, but it had to get postponed, not by me, by the client. It had to get moved on to later in the week. So yeah, I've actually just been at the desk all day and I've worked well, but it's just sort of in the back of my head that I'm annoyed at myself and sort of feel shit and even lacking a bit of that drive and motivation. I'm just doing the things that I know I should be doing, but that real drive and passion that you saw last week, it's just sort of just not there right now, but I'm sure it'll come back in the next day or two. I keep telling myself that anyway, because I know it will. It happens. You get ups and downs, and this is the diary of the whole journey. So yeah, I'm not too annoyed, but I just sort of wish I wised up a bit at the time. So yeah, now it's all just about getting back on the horse, and I'm sure things will be all good in the next few days. Stay on the horse then until mid-March, then we go away for the half marathon, and then 2 nights after that. So yeah, going to be all in for the next few weeks, and I'm sure things will be back on track soon. But yeah, busy week. A couple of client calls tomorrow. Then I'm going to have to keep working on the coaching program because it's due to launch mid-March, so it needs to all be finalised in the next 4 or 5 weeks. So that's the plan going forward. Uni Wednesday, busy week, like shoot day Thursday. Yeah, it is a busy week, and it's just a case of getting back into it. So another early night tonight, and we go again tomorrow.